students. Now we are learning control and coordination. In the first lecture we studied the central nervous system. In the another lecture we studied the same topic, central nervous system. In the first lesson we studied the central nervous system which composes the brain and the spinal cord. In the another lecture we studied the peripheral nervous system and autonomous nervous system. From the examination point of view, there could be questions. Describe the structure of the eye, describe the structure of the ear. What are those things? They are nothing but the receptors. So in the control and coordination, today we are going to learn the structure of the eye. Before that, we would like to know what is the receptor. Receptor means to receive. We receive the touch, pain, pressure, etc. These are the stimulus. These stimulus are found in the external environment. These stimulus like cold, temperature, touch, they cause something change in the body. So receptor is any nerve ending, gland or the muscles. Or the definition is receptor means some specialized structure in the body to receive the various stimuli from the external or internal environment. So in the internal environment you can see that there is some pain, there is a pressure. From external environment you are watching something, you are listening something, etc. So receptor is some specialized structure in the body to receive the various stimuli from the external environment. Let us see the example of the receptor. Now in the picture you are watching the ear. Ear collects the sound waves and we get knowledge of the words. So that is nothing but the phonoreceptor. Phono means sound ear. Statoreceptor is present in the internal ear. Its function is the balancing of the body. So internal ear balances our body. It is made up of semicircular canals. Semicircular canals have three portions: incus, stapes and malleus. Photoreceptor cells. Photo means light. Light is received by the eyes. So eye is an example of photoreceptor. Chemoreceptor, you can see the tongue. In the tongue various areas are there. You can feel the salty taste, bitter taste, pungent taste, etc. So there are taste buds over the tongue. Thermoreceptor means heat. We feel heat. Heat means here we feel cold. Sometimes in the summer season we feel hot. We start sweating. In the cold temperature we start shivering. So skin, it receives the temperature, for example heat or cold. Mechanoreceptor, same skin. Mechano means here touch and pressure. Anything touched to you, you can sense it or you can feel the pressure. Now the main point of this lecture is the eye. In the examination definitely there can be a question: draw the structure of the eye or describe the anatomy of the eye. So the eye, in the eye you have to remember that the eye is a photoreceptor organ. Eye is found into the socket of the head. There are two eyes. These eyes are very large in size. Now this eye, in the examination certain points you have to remember. What the eye is composed of? Three layers: sclera, choroid and retina. So in detail I shall explain you later. Sclera is outermost thick layer made up of collagen fibers. Sclera, it is protected by the cornea, a transparent layer, and again cornea is covered by the conjunctiva. So conjunctivitis, you must have known. Sometimes your eyes get red in the rainy season. There's a disease called conjunctivitis. Now after sclera, the middle part is a choroid. Another word for the choroid is a uvea. And this choroid has again three regions: choroid proper, ciliary body, and iris. Choroid proper, it is vascular and pigmented layer, and blood vessels of the choroid proper provide nutrition and oxygen to the retina. Retina is the one of the layer of the eye. So what is the function of the choroid proper? To provide nutrition and oxygen. Ciliary body, it has the muscles, called generally we call them the ciliary muscles. They hold the lens and they help in the adjustment of the size of the lens. Third part is the iris. Iris is a pigmented area. This iris determines whether you are black-eyed or blue-eyed or green-eyed. So in this diagram you can see the three layers: choroid, sclera, retina. Then you can see sclera is protected by the cornea. Then you can see the iris. This iris is a pigmented area. From the outside you can see the eyes. Iris determines whether you are blue-eyed, brown-eyed or black-eyed. This is the slide of the iris again. What I told you, that it is a colored partition. This iris has the middle perforation called pupil. Pupil is held by the ligament muscles or ciliary muscles or ciliary ligaments, and this pupil is just a hole in front of the layer, in front of the lens. Light rays passes through the pupil and it acts like a diaphragm. Size of the pupil determines the intensity of the light. Movement depends on the intensity of the light. So the pupil is just a diaphragm in front of the lens. You can see the pupil. Behind the pupil there is a lens. And iris, you can see the colored portion. Lens, it is a transparent, fibrous, biconvex structure. In front of the lens, the area is called aqueous humor, and the area behind the lens, vitreous humor. See here in the picture you can see the lens. This is nothing but the lens. It is made up of the fibers, and this lens, what is the role of the lens? Here the light rays passes through the lens. Ciliary body, I told you, this ciliary body, it is a thick muscular ring like structure. It secretes aqueous humor. Aqueous humor is a watery fluid, and this watery fluid, it keeps the eye moist. Again, its muscles help in adjustment of the lens. This diagram you are supposed to draw in the examination. In this diagram you clearly see the cornea, iris, lens, sclera, choroid, retina. Retina, you see the innermost layer. Three layers you can see: sclera, choroid and retina. Now you have to observe here one word, vitreous chamber or vitreous humor. This chamber has the vitreous fluid. It is a jelly-like fluid. It maintains the structure of the eye. Then in front of the lens you can see aqueous humor. It is watery. So lens divides the eye into two parts, aqueous chamber and vitreous chamber. What is the role of these fluids? They keep the eye moist and maintain the shape of the eye. You can see here the suspensory ligaments, everything. But optic nerve, you can see the optic nerve. These optic nerves, they send signal to the cerebrum. Cerebrum has the visual area, and visual area actually gets the knowledge what object you have seen. Retina. Retina, it is non-vascular. Very important part of the eye, retina, innermost layer. It has the nervous part or ganglionic layer. Ganglionic cells are there. Then it has the rods and cones. Rods and cones are the photocells. Rods are responsible for the dim light, and cones are responsible for the colored light. Ganglionic cells come together to form the optic nerve. See here, again you can see the retina, innermost layer. Photoreceptor cells, rods, function in dim light. Cats, dogs, cows, they have more rods than the man. It has its own purple red protein called rhodopsin, and rhodopsin is a vitamin A derivative. When you eat carrot or mangoes, you get vitamin A, and vitamin A is good for the vision. In the picture you can see the ganglionic cells, which are bipolar nerves. Bipolar means you are knowing that the nerves are of three types: multipolar neuron, bipolar neuron, unipolar neuron. In the smallest animal, unipolar neurons are there, but bipolar neurons are found in the eyes. Means you can see the cyton or the cell body, and on the both sides you can see the axon. Rod cells are there, cone cells are there. Again, one thing I would like to tell you, that where the optic nerve emerges, there is a blind spot, so no image is formed. But above the blind spot there are many rod cells, so there is a sharpness of the image over there. I told you cones responsible for daylight, and they respond to red, green and blue light. See here, again in the picture you can see the cone cells and rods. In the examination you will not be asked to draw these diagrams, but for the knowledge, rods are responsible for color vision. Rods are responsible for the vision in the dark, and the cones are responsible for the colored vision. So cats have more cones and the man has more rods. Last part of this lesson or last part of this lecture is a generation of the image. Image, you can see the object. The rays are collected to the object and sent to the conjunctiva, cornea, to pupil and through the lens to the retina. Over the retina, image fallen is upside down. Remember, you just get an image upside down over the retina. Cones responsible for the colored vision during daytime. Rods responsible for the image during the night time. There are ganglionic cells which form the optic nerve. This optic nerve send signals to the visual area of the cerebrum, and the cerebrum determines which image is there. These signals are corrected there, so you don't get the upside down image but the correct image. In the examination, generally you are asked draw the diagram of the eye, anatomical diagram of the eye. Remember the word sclera, choroid, retina, aqueous chamber, vitreous chamber, and optic nerve. At least you write 4 to 5 names, or we call them labeling, then you will get the marks. If the 3 marks questions, you will get 2.5 marks. 2 marks question, 1.5 marks. Half mark just for the drawing. So you always make practice of schematic diagram. You need not to draw the exact diagram. Whatever the name you are going to give to that part, that should be a correct one. So, or the question can explain the structure of the eyes. In this question, you have to draw the diagram as well as describe it. So when you will draw the diagram, you will put the names there and you can describe. So always first of all make practice of drawing the diagram. Thank you.